All right, welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Fanon, and in this video, we are going to talk about Gervonta Tank Davis, clowning Rolly Romero, and also talking about his next fight that everybody is waiting to hear what it will be. Now, we know now what it will not be, and let's talk about that in this video. All right, welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Fanon, and in this video, we're going to be in the lightweight division talking about Gervonta Tank Davis and the update on the fight that he is supposed to have next, coming up in January, according to him, and also some exchange of words that he's had with one of my favorite lightweights, Rolly Romero. Now, before I get into that, though, let me welcome you back to the channel. If you are new to the channel, please accept my invitation to hit that subscribe button, hit the bell icon so you can be notified of when we release more videos. And if you are a longtime subscriber and supporter to the channel, thank you so much. This particular video going to dedicate to Bearcat Hampton, who's always in the comment section. Thank you so much for your support and the support of everybody else that supports in the Cash App and in the super chats and the live streams, and also in the super thanks, which you can see below that you can see by the comment section in this video in the lower right hand corner of your screen with a little heart and a dollar sign. It is a way to donate to allow content creators to continue to do what they do. So thank you very, very much for your support. Now let's get into this. Gervonta Davis is a funny dude. And he had a little bit of a run-in with a fighter that he just fought, Rolly Romero, where Rolly Romero was talking some craziness on his Instagram, and Gervonta Davis jumped in on the chat and asked him, "Hey man, how's your jaw?" Which is obviously referring to the fact that he knocked him out a few months ago in the last fight that he had. Rolly Romero was out there trying to get himself in a situation to have a rematch with Gervonta Tank Davis, as is Isaac Cruz trying to get the rematch with Gervonta Davis, both of which more than likely are not going to happen because Gervonta Davis won those fights very, very convincingly. And, well, at least the Isaac Cruz was a little closer, but it is what it is with that one. I think he just had a hurt hand, and Isaac Cruz went the distance. Other than that, though, clearly won that fight, knocked out Rolly Romero. So most likely both of those fights are going to just go by the wayside. The real question is, who is he going to fight? Or specifically, is he going to fight Ryan Garcia, the lightweight, or now the 140-pound fighter that fights out of Golden Boy Promotions, that they've been in negotiations and talking back and forth about making a fight for. Now, there's some also, so the news related to that is that they have been in discussions. They've agreed to everything except for the network. Now, how big is the issue with the network? It is absolutely everything. And more than likely, it's not going to go anywhere because DAZN is going to want to be participate in that fight. But more importantly than that, and I maintain this, Oscar De La Hoya can say what he wants to say. He can talk till he's purple in the face. I don't believe that he's going to put Ryan Garcia in there with Gervonta Davis and take a chance of Ryan Garcia losing. It's just not what he's been doing. Now, he just did that with Gilberto Ramirez, who is not some big draw, is not a big big attraction for him, and he lost to Dimitri Bivol. But if you look at everybody else that he has, like Jaime Munguia, man, Jaime Munguia had a fight just tailor-made for him. Not tailor-made for him because he's going to lose the fight, but he had a fight that was offered to him for the WBC championship at 160 pounds, and they turned that down. And what did Oscar De La Hoya do? He turned around and talked about how he wanted to make the fight, right? He talk all day about what Oscar De La Hoya wanted to make the fight. Oscar De La Hoya doesn't want to do business with the PBC, and I don't think that that's going to change, and those guys can speak till they blue in the face, especially about ideas like, Oscar De La Hoya is not really running anything at Golden Boy. He runs it enough to be able to stick his nose in there with things that he wants to stick his nose in there with and stop it because he's the owner. Right? You have Eric Gomez, you have somebody else, I don't know the name of the other guy that probably is doing or are doing the day-to-day work on that stuff. But that doesn't mean that the owner of the organization can't jump in there and just, if he doesn't want something to happen, keep it from happening. He absolutely positively can, unless he doesn't own it, which he does. So more than likely that is not going to happen. So there were a lot of rumors going around about Gervonta Davis fighting Abner Mares. So is he going to be fighting Abner Mares? No way, right? Now, Abner Mares comes out and says that fight's not going to happen. Gervonta Davis comes out and says that fight's not going to happen. And, the idea that it was going to happen, in my opinion, was always a little bit silly because Abner Mares has just come off of a very long layoff. He had one fight. That fight is going to garner a lot of criticism just because it's going to look like it's the biggest cherry pick in the world. But again, that's in this part of the video, I'll just be honest with you. I think there's a lot of stuff out there and a lot of these things that are said that are really designed to make the guy look bad. Because you say, for example, that, take, for example, what people were saying about Errol Spence Jr. fighting Keith Thurman in December, right? Well, what does that make Errol Spence Jr. look like if he's going to fight Keith Thurman in December? It's going to make it look like he ducked Terrence Crawford. Like he could fight Keith Thurman in December, but he can't fight Terrence Crawford in December, right? Now you have Gervonta Davis. Who's Gervonta Davis going to fight next? Is Gervonta Davis going to fight somebody like who was a legitimate challenger like Isaac Cruz, or even a mandatory like Rolly Romero? Right? Or is he going to fight somebody like the winner of Frank Martin? No, he's going to fight a guy that has had multiple torn retinas, who's had one fight in several years, in Abner Mares. Will just be like another name on his resume, but more than likely, suffer a quick and disastrous knockout, right? I just think a lot of this stuff and some of these rumors are just spread just to make particular fighters look bad in comparison to other fighters that these people are that these other people support, right? Similar to like all this talk about the PBC going broke. I mean, for an institution that went broke, I mean, dude, they sure did. Just as soon as the Errol Spence and Terrence Crawford fight, once we knew that the fight wasn't going to happen, just miraculously, there's a bunch of fights that get made by them. But a whole bunch of people are saying they're going to, the reason that they haven't had any fights announced is because they're going up broke. Showtime's going out of business. I mean, it's a lot of talk designed to make certain people look bad for the sake of making them look bad and making other entities that people may work for look good. But at the end of the day, we'll see who Gervonta Davis fights. It's going to be somebody in the top 10 that is currently ranked in the top 10 of the WBA right now. I'm convinced of it because that's the rules as the WBA regular champion. It's not going to be somebody over there on Top Rank, right? And just to let you know, that other side of the street stuff is real because the WBC just ordered Shakur Stevenson to fight Isaac Cruz, and Bob Arum immediately came out and said that fight's not going to happen. Now, Bob Arum pointed to the fact that Isaac Cruz doesn't want the fight, right? Which I don't know to be true or not be true. But as soon as the WBC announced it, pretty much knew, man, that fight's not going to happen because Bob Arum is not going to make a fight with Isaac Cruz. He's going to take Shakur Stevenson to go fight for and have a route to get championships through another sanctioning body and wind up being able to get to that WBC belt anyway without having to fight Isaac Cruz. But anyway, interesting stuff in the lightweight division. Really a bunch of people not fighting each other. Despite who wants to point fingers at who. It's a whole bunch of people not fighting each other, and we'll see how it works out. But anyway, that's my take on the matter. You let me know what you think in the comment section. And with that, I'm out. Peace.